Hello everyone, this is Dr. Sandeep Sharma here, and we have a very special guest here. We have Dr. Fauzia with us. Dr. Fauzia has got a rank of 35 in INI Super Speciality, and in the recently held NEET Super Speciality Pediatrics exam, she has got a stupendous score of 291. She is a budding neonatologist, and one thing is for sure, she is going to take up neonatology now. So welcome, Dr. Fauzia, to this interview. So congratulations, first of all, and how are you feeling?
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I'm feeling very good, sir.
Has it sunk in? Abhi single ho gaya hai ya abhi bhi you are still,
No, sir, it has sunk in.
It has sunk in. Great, great, great. So can you just tell me about your background, please?
Sir, actually, I am from Odisha. I did my MBBS as well as my post-graduation MD-PEDS from Jawaharlal Nehru Medical College, AMU, Aligarh. And I passed this year only. Due to COVID and all, I got my extension duties. I was relieved on September, and it was my first attempt.
So first attempt, khatam kar diya sab, hai na? This is really good. This is really commendable. So, what were the resources, Fauzia, that you used? Like, obviously, Nelson, you did use. So, how important is Nelson for your super specialty exam? And what were the additional textbooks or resources that you found useful for your preparation?
So, during my MD exam, final MD exam preparation, I used to read Nelson. And I think the major chunk of NEET SS, it was from Nelson only. And but regarding INI, I also read Cloharty and Ames NICU protocol, but Nelson was the core textbook. That is what I say. Yes, sir.
Did you find any difference between the standard of paper in INI-SS versus NEET SS? And any
Sir, Yes, sir. I heard from my seniors that NEET SS is like only one-liner question. It is very difficult. It is very different from INI. But when I sat in NEET SS, it was very similar to INI. The both in part A as well as in part B, the questions were approach oriented. The questions were lengthy, as well as there is like initially I thought I was giving nephrology paper. There were so many questions from approach to tubular disorders like Batter, Gittelman, so many questions. And it was just like INI. I felt so sad. And the one-liner that I got, I thought those were not, those one-liners were also controversy. Like one-liner, what is the level of UAC, high UAC? And in Nelson, it is mentioned at T6 to T10. But the options were T6 to T8 and one option was T8 to T10. Cloharty mentioned it as T8 to T10. So the questions, the one-liner appeared as easy, but they were not so. They were not easy. So I felt so sad.
Yes, so I totally agree. I've seen what the recall of the students, and I also feel that compared to past years, the standard of exam of NEET SS has increased. So I think INI-SS and NEET SS are almost at the same level, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
so for the super specialty part of neonatology,
yes, sir.
What advice would you give to the students? Because a lot of students sit for the neonatology part of INI-SS also.
Yes, sir. Sir, for neonates, sir, only for neonates, sir, I felt the questions were not solely from Nelson, just like that USC level. Because if we take Cloharty as a reference, then it will be T8 to T10. But if we take Nelson, then both the answers will be correct. So I think for Nelson is the core textbook. Then followed by Cloharty, we should also read like some important topics. We should also go through Cloharty.
Great. A lot of students say that AVRI is also important, and there is review articles are also important. So did you get time to read those?
Sir, I read AVRI in my MD years, but I was not able to revise that. So I will say that read only those things that you can revise. If you are reading once, then don't read that. If you are able to revise it, then go for it.
Excellent advice. Anybody who's listening here, this is a golden advice given by Dr. Fauzia, and which I firmly believe in. Revise, read only what you can revise. If you are going to read only once, Even if you read 100 different things, it is not going to be effective. So excellent advice, Dr. Fauzia. So other than that, let's talk about, did you use any resources from PrepLadder, any
Yes,
videos
sir.
you
Yes,
see,
sir.
or question bank, or if any of these things helped in your preparation?
Yes, sir. Sir, initially, I would like to say that reading Nelson, there is a difference between reading Nelson and understanding Nelson. I used to read Nelson, but there were many lines that I was not able to understand. Then I saw your videos. Then what I did, I was not able to make notes. I saw your videos multiple times, like first in 1x, then I into 1.5x, then 2x. So then after seeing your videos multiple times, then I again go through those Nelson lines. Then they were become so easy to understand. So, sir, those are very good, sir. Those videos were very good. And the Q banks were very helpful, sir. The question banks were amazing.
Great to know that we could be of some help. And what are your plans now? Like, where do you plan to take up neonatology? Any specific
Sir,
place in mind?
in Delhi, followed by SGPJ Lucknow, and then KEM. These are my choices.
All are top places. There is a good chance you'll get one out of these. So there are a lot of students who will be like who have just joined their MD right now. Any advice for them? What is the ideal time you should start preparing, and how they should be planning it out? Because you cleared it first attempt, so you know it much
Sir,
better than anybody.
sir, I think Nelson is the core textbook. So I will say that start reading from the first year itself. Start reading Nelson. And because what happens, the edition also gets changed and there is a huge change, but start reading Nelson and revise it again and again. And for Q bank, I think it's better to do Q banks in third year itself, so rather than doing it from in first year, because in first year we have lot of work and skills that are also very important.
Yes,
And
correct. Because
so
end of the day, we are going to be pediatricians. It's not a
yes,
competitive exam alone, and we have to
yes sir,
treat young kids also. So that practical part should never be neglected. So
yes sir.
very rightly said. And there are some students who might have not done that well in the recently held exam. So they will have about 4 or 5 months before the new exams come. So what are the areas they should be focusing on? If you were in their place, what advice would you give to yourself?
Sir, I think I also did very silly mistakes, 4 to 5 silly mistakes I also did. So the main difference, everyone is reading, everyone is revising. The main difference is how you are giving the paper on that day. Those 1 hour and 45 minutes, those 1 hour, those hours matter. So I think keep revising and practice MCQ. Practicing MCQ is very important. All those questions, all except none except those are the those only can be one get correct if one practices MCQ. So
Great. Just before this interview, I was talking with Dr. Fauzia, and she told me that she uh, attended your foundation batch also with me. So, starting with the definition of neonate, which was the first thing probably I used to teach at that time. Right
yes
now, she's
sir.
going to be a neonatologist, and technically, you will be more qualified than me in the next few
No,
years. Yes, so it's a wonderful feeling. So, do you feel that this success you want to dedicate it to someone, obviously your family, but any shout out to your friends, your family, any person in particular?
so my parents, um,
Obviously, yes. Without the parents' blessings, I don't think anything can happen. Any other your friends or anybody who played a role in your success, or it is only parents, right? I
sir
know it's,
my
it's, it's a complicated thing. It's fine, but it's up to you. I was just asking.
so two of my teachers, one is Professor Kamran Afzal sir and one
Okay.
is Dr. Shad sir.
Okay.
They motivated me. They yes sir.
Great to know that. And so, what is your plan afterwards? Like, you will be doing your DM in neonatology, then you'll be moving into further research PhDs, or moving into teaching, or going into practice, or not decided
So
yet.
moving into teaching sir, ACADS. That is my
Okay.
first preference.
Great. Very nice to hear that. So it was wonderful talking with you, Dr. Fauzia. I think a lot of students will take your advice, take your snippets, and they will try to apply it in their own entrance exam preparation. End of the day, what you can't revise, do not waste time on that. Whatever you have read, revise it multiple times, and it will be extremely beneficial for you. And Dr. Fauzia is one example who has done exceedingly well in her first attempt. So it was wonderful talking with you, Dr. Fauzia.
Thank you so
Congratulations
much.
once again. Congratulations to your parents, to your teachers, and God bless you. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.